Welcome to Exercise 8 series. You will be applying everything you've learned in doing these mechanical exercises. Like in Exercise 5, from now on there will be no AutoCAD template to be downloaded and everything will be done from scratch. I will demonstrate how to create Exercise 8A and you will figure out how to do the rest of the Exercise 8 series. First thing we need to establish are the centers of the circle. We're going to use node to establish the circle centers. To create a node, you need to input the keyboard shortcut for node, which is PO for points. So you just need to type PO, then enter. Then click where you want to place the node. There. As you can see, the node is very tiny and almost invisible. We need to make this conveniently visible so that in creating the mechanical object, it is very easy for us to find the centers. So to change the style of the node, we need to go to Utilities, drop-down menu, then choose Point Style. The Point Style menu will open and you can choose whatever point style you like. I'm going to choose this. Then press OK. Then you'll notice that the node is more visible. So that is how to create a node. To accurately place a node, since there are dimensions given, we need to use the coordinate system that is available in AutoCAD. So first I'm going to delete this node first and start again. So I'm going to create the node PO, enter. So this will be my lower left node for my circles in the drawing. So I'm going to press or click the mouse to create the node. There. For the next node, there's a specific dimension needed to be input to accurately create the circle. Here we're going to use the coordinate system, just like in mathematics. So in the coordinate system, we have the x value and the y value. The x value corresponds to the horizontal distance, while the y corresponds to the vertical distance. So immediately when we create the node, the point of the node becomes coordinate 0, 0. So 0x, 0y. So to establish the second node, we are going to use the distances provided in the template in Moodle. So type point again, PO, enter. Then do not click, we are going to input the coordinate distances. So to input the coordinate distances, you need to type @ like in the email @gmail.com or a schwa. So @ then input first the horizontal value. For this, it is 52. So that is the x. Then for the vertical or the y coordinate, before inputting it or typing it, press comma. There. Then input the value, which is 34. Then press enter. So there we have our second or the middle center for EXER8A. For the last center, which is the rightmost center, automatically remember that the latest created node becomes coordinate 0, 0. So to input the last node, type point again, PO, enter. And then since this is 0, 0, and in the drawing, the last point has a horizontal distance of 60, but it has no vertical distance. So at first, at horizontal distance 60, then since the y has no value, we still need to input a value, so comma 0, then enter. So there we have our three centers in the mechanical drawing. Now we can proceed with the circle. So it's easy because we already had our exercise in circles. So I will just demonstrate circle and then use the node as the center. So this, the first center is 7, 0.6. Then the outer circle is 15. Then I'm going to do the rightmost circles. It has the same radius, 7.6, and then 15. For the center circles, let's do the inner circle first. So circle 30. And then it has an outer circle. It might be not clear in the drawing, but it has. The radius for that is 35. So circle, center, 35. Now, just like in EXER8, we connect this smaller outer circle with a bigger outer circle with tangent lines. So we know how to do it. So line command, override, shift right click, tangent, then shift right click again, tangent. And let's do the other tangent line. Tangent. There. So it might be rough at this time, but we'll edit it later. Now the tricky part is the arcs in this part. There are several ways to do arcs, and you need to choose whatever fits in this procedure. But you might realize later on that it's impossible, because to create these arches, we are actually going to use circles. Okay? And with that, we are going to use the method tangent radius, or TTR, because the outer circle here is in tangent with a smaller outer circle and this larger outer circle. So we're going to use TTR, circle, tangent radius. So tangent here and tangent to the outer ring. Then input the radius of 100. There. Then again another TTR, tangent, then give it a radius of 28. There. So as you can see, the object is now formed, but it is still rough. There are parts that need to be edited and erased. So with this, we are going to apply a modify tool. Okay? So for example, in the figure, this circle, only this part remains and the inner part is erased. Also with a larger outer circle here, this part remains but the inner part is actually erased. So basically we need to trim. Okay? And that's basically the command. So the trim is in modify tool here, and this one, or the shortcut for that is TR. So just press trim or type TR, click. Now, the command line asks us to select objects. Okay? So what are you going to select? You're going to select the edges that will cut the objects we need to edit. So with this case, basically, these tangent lines are the terminations of the circles. Okay? So the edges of this tangent lines are the ones to cut these circles. So you need to select them. Select, enter, and then the command line will ask you to select object to trim. So you need to select the part of the object to trim. For example, this circle, since the inner part will be erased, click the inner part of the circle. There. And for the other circle, the same, select. There. So we're able to create what is being shown in the template in Moodle. So do the same with the other figure. So trim. So this time I'm going to select the tangent circles first so that I can trim, press enter, so that I can trim this part. And then for these outer circles, I'm going to select or trim using these figures and then trim my tangent circles. Click, click. There. So we're almost done. The last part is the polygon inside. Okay? So it's quite tricky because of the dimension given. So, polygon, POL, I'm going to use the shortcut, enter. Number of sides, it's 6 because it's a hexagon, enter. Center of polygon, yes, there is a center to the polygon, which is also the center of the circle or the node we created. Click. Now, is the circle inscribed or circumscribed? Remember the rule that when the dimension is aligned with the sides of the circle, it is circumscribed. Okay? Aligned sa sides sa circle. So circumscribe siya, click. And then it has a radius of, what's given there is 30. But actually, it's the diameter. So diameter divided by 2, it becomes radius. So it's 15. Enter. So we have our polygon here. Then, the polygon is rotated 15 degrees. Okay? So what are you going to do? Rotate. So rotate, again, is a modify tool. Okay? It sits beside trim on the left. Or, the shortcut for that is RO. So, click, rotate. Command line asks us to select object. So, select object, enter. Then, the command line asks us specify base point, meaning the axis of rotation. So, basically, this polygon will rotate along the axis, which is basically the center of the circle and the polygon. Okay, so that is the axis of the rotation. Just need to click it. First, click. And you will see that you can rotate. But there's actually a specified degree of rotation. Now, in rotation, just like arc, the normal input of rotation is counterclockwise. Okay? So when we input 15, it will actually rotate counterclockwise. But as you can see in the template or in the drawing in Moodle, it is actually rotated clockwise. So instead of subtracting 15 degrees minus 360, we could actually achieve this by using negative. So if it's 15 degrees clockwise and the rotation, the default rotation is counterclockwise, so basically we just need to input negative 15, enter. So this is it. We are done with exercise 8A. The dimensions are still lacking. We will discuss dimension on the next video. But I'm just going to remind you that when you're done, you need to save this as EXER8A. Okay, and submit it with the file name again of EXER8A. So that's it, and we're done. Thank you.